Hey everyone, welcome to our third Jeff Ed session for the week as we educate ourselves about what is happening in the Timbavati. We have got the incredible Candice Pierce with us, who I'm going to be bringing you in, and we're going to be talking community and what we're doing for the communities around the Timbavati region and how that is impacting the whole change of systems within the region, upskilling the community to understand what's happening, which is a really important part, because more than just like saving the rhino. So it's getting the community right and helping the community from that perspective. So see you after this, when we'll have the amazing Candice Pierce joining us for the next one.
Join Jeff this June as we venture to the Timbavati in an effort to save the rhino. Stats show, on average, every 22 hours, a rhino loses its life to poaching in South Africa. It's a story we've heard time and time again. Being on the ground recently, it really hit home that we have to try and do something to help. June is the month where Jeff the Rhino is born, a figure of strength, purpose, survival, and vulnerability. Take part in our brand new June programs or select one that is best for you. Either way, you stand a chance to win prizes to the value of 500,000 Rand. By sticking to our plan and looking after ourselves, we are going to be raising awareness for what's happening in the Timbavati, raising funds to improve the safety of the rhino, and make a statement that the Jeff community does not just simply stand by. We rally together to try and make a difference.
Hi, Kent. How's it going?
Hey, Jono. Hi, Jeff community. How are you doing this fine afternoon?
Amazing. And it's cool. The sun is shining in Cape Town, and I'm sure the sun is shining in Hoedspruit, as usual, and having delicious weather.
As always, Jono. The sun always shines down at us.
It does always shine down on you. Guys, everyone, this is incredible Candice, who I met in person when I was up at Hoedspruit, who is doing amazing things for the community around the Timbavati and raising awareness, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So, Candice, just for everyone at home, tell us about your role and what you do within this big this organization, and how everything fits together. Because obviously we've been discussing in every single education factor how the different moving parts move together and they fit together with the different personalities, because it's more than just raising money to save a rhino. It's like there's a whole process around this whole thing of everything fitting together. So just explain your role.
Perfect. Thanks, Jono. So as you've explained, I mean, the Timbavati has so many different tiers which all plug in, and I'm very fortunate to be a part of the community upliftment arm of the Timbavati. So that is the Timbavati Foundation. We have such an important role of being the softer spot of the reserve and allowing for what we call an integrated landscape. Historically, the reserve fence was always seen as a boundary and a sort of a holding out of people to not have access to these protected areas, where now we have this amazing opportunity to educate our neighboring communities, bring them into these wild spaces and make them a part of these wild spaces. They as much are a part of this heritage space as what our wildlife are. So that is the important role that the foundation has to play, is connecting our communities to conservation and to wildlife, so that they see an advantage in wanting to protect these beautiful animals and our wildlife spaces, as well as their own environment themselves. So creating a value chain, not only in our wildlife spaces, but also in their community landscapes themselves.
Yeah, 100%. It's such an important part, and me visually seeing it was incredible. When I was when I went up to meet you guys, for everyone at home, Candice took me around with Crystal and took me to the communities, to the schools, showed me the various projects that are up and running, which is just incredible, and it's amazing to see how these little ecosystems all fit together, all in the name of educating the community of how important it is to preserve the rhino, because it all falls back into that situation. Candice, let's talk a few hard things here. I mean, like, what does it mean to you? You've given up. You've given up majority of your life for this, being out there in the bush, and it's admirable work. It really is. But look, you have to have a proper love for the bush from a personal point of view, and love for the animal that we are protecting. What does it mean to you personally?
You know what, Jono? I'll take a couple of steps back. I came from a very hard-hitting sort of conservation background. And when you learn about conservation, it's very much about the reserve. It's about the preservation of our ecosystems. And that has its whole space on its own. Until I started really delving into what is the understanding of wildlife to people, and getting the perception of people living beyond the fence. And that was very hard hitting for me. I came from this educated background. I know about the environment, the importance of species, and then connecting to people who live adjacent to these protected areas. What is their understanding? What is their meaning to want to look after wildlife? And that's where I completely shifted my portfolio from being very environmentally based to now community-based and community conservation-based, because my passion for looking after wildlife should not end with me. My purpose, I feel, in this space is educating others, giving them the drive, giving them the passion to want to look after wildlife just as much as I do. So extending my love, extending my knowledge to those who live adjacent to a beautiful protected area, that they can get inspired to want to be better and to want to do more for their environment and these beautiful species that they live next door to.
100%. And it's like, what's quite interesting about that, it's almost like what I do for the Jeff community, you are doing it for the surrounding communities, providing passion, providing energy around a purpose and a goal. And that's incredible. Candice, the hard-hitting thing here, and what we're here to do, is we are here to raise awareness for you and the team in Timbavati. And of course, we're here to raise as much money as we can. We've had a good start, and it's just going to keep on going towards the end of the month. And I'm excited to do that. We've got a couple of projects which I'm going to tell everyone about today that we're going to do to raise a bit more money. But where does this money go? A portion of this goes to the community work. So can you tell the people out there, where's this amazing donation money? And thank you for everyone who has donated already going to, and talk around a bit of those projects. We are going to bring some people in just now from one of the communities that we're dealing with. But where does it go?
Thanks, Jono. And yeah, absolutely. Thank you to everyone that has already contributed and gifted this support towards the foundation, as well as to our wildlife. I mean, hand in hand. Thank you. So a bit about the projects which we're running. We do embed ourselves in 4 focus pillars, mainly education. We've got environmental education, social upliftment, as well as healthcare. And our main focus is definitely within that environmental education space. And, we have a beautiful environmental school, which we encourage, and we take learners, these eco champions, we take them from their communities, bring them into the wildlife space to have a tangible feeling and being connected to wildlife more than they could ever have been living just adjacent and not having access. So, providing these outreach programs and giving them the platform to learn more and want to know more about their environment. And then, Jono, we also look at women empowerment. It's a very close and strong thing to my heart. You visited us at the Women's Center, which we developed, and we are taking that center so much further and developing an entire program now for the center where, we can really empower the youth and the local women in these communities to just better their livelihoods. Washable sanitary ware, simple things like that we often take for granted living in these urban spaces. Local females, local girls going to school are sometimes not even going to school because they're ashamed of who they are and what's happening to their bodies. So really developing the women empowerment in our communities and giving them a place in this world, you know, that they can be so much more than staying at home looking after children. Yeah, so our women program is really developing, and that's something for this new financial year that we're really putting a lot of time and effort into. And, you know, I think you also came with us. We did a little bit of the food security side of things. You know, we really believe in a healthy plate, healthy mind, you know, really getting the young kids to stimulate that healthy eating habit, and also good for our environment, you know, sourcing local, eating organic. You know, that's what we want to feed these young children and their minds, essentially. So, yeah, our projects are developing. Every little bit of money that comes in, we push it straight back into communities, developing their conservation awareness, developing the youth, developing the women. Yeah, it's just so exciting. I wish I could tell you so much more, but I'll leave it.
No, it is. And it's, you know, what was nice for me is when, you know, at the local school that we went to, the sort of the greenhouse project that was put up with the netting and growing your own vegetables, planting the seeds first, digging the ground, planting the seeds, watering that, looking after that, because that food puts, I mean, that you know, that puts food in your plates for those kids, and they understand that the Timbavati Foundation is giving that to them, and that whole ecosystem of just pulling it all together for you know, they're doing this for us, so you can look after the whole region. It's an incredible thing to see. It really was, and it's motivated me immensely. Kent, I believe you got some guests. I think they are backstage, and at one of the community centres. Let's have a look. And who have we got here, Kent?
It's Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hello. How are you?
Well, thank you. How are you this fine, wonderful afternoon? Are you guys ready for us?
Yes, we are more than ready. And thanks. It's nice to see you once more, Jeff.
Yes.
We're busy in the schools. As you can see in our background, we've got our family, our future conservationists, who have got a surprise for you. So, yeah, we're busy doing our environmental talk about the uniqueness of a rhino, as they're also unique, as they serve different purposes, both in the community and also in the system of conservation, because surely they are the future and the leaders of tomorrow, and the future conservationists. So we're here interacting with them, although we don't classify ourselves, because in conservation we are family, not individuals. So just go through and hear what they have for you.
Here we go. This is amazing. This is what makes it really real. You know?
Yeah, they just want to greet you. You can see here they are. We've got almost about 40. Say hello. Say hello to you. Hello. You can say what I told you.
Amazing. And guys, this is amazing.
I mean, let's Jeff the Rhino together.
Once more.
We are unique like the Rhino. Let's Jeff the Rhino together.
Amazing. Well
yeah,
done,
so
guys.
that's the yeah, so that's the surprise that we had for you, and we would like to extend our appreciation for the support that you are giving in the conservation sector, and also helping us to make sure that our day-to-day activities are continuous, because without your support, I don't think such kind of initiative will be possible. So we highly and humbly appreciate all the effort, because I know you have got sleepless nights, time to invest in order to raise funds and stuff. So yeah, we highly appreciate, and we guess what we have is it's going to be continuous, and we also going to give it our best that what you give is also utilized in a manner that is bringing a change into our communities.
Well, you don't have to thank us. It's not about us. It's about you guys, and you guys are the heroes. We aren't the heroes. We can do something to help you. That is amazing, and that's your deep purpose, and this makes it so real for us. You know, you can see where it's going. I mean, the foundation's feeding these kids, which in educating them about the rhino, to save the rhino. It's a big ecosystem. It's amazing, guys. It really is incredible. Can I ask you one favor, Corin. Please take a video and send it to Candice so Candice can send it to me, and I'm going to post it through our community, because those young voices make it real, and it brings the whole system to life of what we're trying to achieve. So thank you for everything that you're doing. You're amazing. I've met this good-looking man, probably the best-looking man in Hoedspruit. And he's an absolute gem, and he's an amazing man. I look forward to seeing you when I come up for the Traverse. And thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you too. I can't wait. Then I'll do as you have pleaded me.
Good. Great. Thanks, guys. That's amazing.
Thank you, Corin.
And you can see it, how it comes through with all the comments from the community. It really does bring it to life. Kansas it's one thing to go out there and say, we're going to raise money, but if it's not tangible, it's not real. I mean, those little faces bring it to life, and that's what it's all about, and it's real. It's awesome. We're really proud to be part of this whole thing, and your passion for this really is inspiring, and seeing the team that is behind the scenes there, just it makes us want to run through brick walls. So, Cans, this is what I'm going to do. I've got another crazy idea. My wife rolled her eyes at me this morning. To be confirmed, either next Tuesday or Friday, I will sort it out by today. I'm going to do a live broadcast from the studio on a treadmill. I'm going to run for 2 hours, and in the Rhino suit continuously for a live broadcast. And we are going to raise money during that live broadcast. I'm going to sweat in that thing, but I don't care. I'm going to do it for you guys, and I'm going to inspire the community to look after themselves so they can look after you guys. And all the donation that comes through is going to be even more. And I've just seen over the last 24 hours, the donations are coming in. So thank you to the Jeff community. Cairns, our community is the most caring, amazing community in the whole world. They want to get involved. They want to help. If you have deep purpose, and you can align your purpose according to yourself, you'll always be set up for success in life. And that's amazing. And thank you for all you do. We're going to get you back on next week, if that's the case. So we can dive a little bit deeper into this thing. And discuss the awareness around, and maybe talk about a few harder subjects which people don't really want to talk about. And I think it's important that we do talk about that. And we'll do that. Okay.
That's good. Jeff, John, I was going to ask you whether we could keep that Rhino suit afterwards, but I'm having second thoughts. Might have to have a new one made.
Yeah. You could, I mean, the faces that Julie was putting at me when I was sweating that thing over there, I think we're gonna have to order another one right now. But maybe we'll bring it. We put the Rhino suit up at headquarters there, and it can be a sign of.
You've got to come out to the communities, Jono. We're gonna get you to come out to that school and in your Rhino suit. I think 100%. We do it.
I'm in. If we have to do it before the Traverse, we'll do it this month. We'll come up and we'll do it. So I'll do anything to help you guys. So I'm keen for it. And listen, to the community, thank you for all you're doing. The link is there on the spread. Please don't just donate. Copy it. Send it on to your community. Send it to your accountability group. Send it to your family groups. For the ladies, send it to your, what are those things? Your book club groups. For the guys, send it to your boozy lunch groups, whatever it might be. Just send it out and just go and claim it. Don't go buy a pizza this month. Give that money to us. Don't buy booze. Give it to us. Don't go buy crap. Give it to us so we can help this incredible cause of amazing people up there. It's so real. It's so amazing. Cans, thanks for your time. And listen, we're going to see you next week again, because I'm going to bring you back on. I want to talk more about this. I want to be in people's face, and I want to be controversial about it, and I want people to know, because once they know, it's real. And that's what we need to do. We need to get in people's faces and talk about the purpose around the Rhino instead of just at the Rhino. Because if we get the purpose of the community right, it gives us such a better chance to achieve the goal that we want to do. So 100%. Epic. All right.
Thank you, Jono. Thank you for this opportunity, and thanks to your Jeff community. Just overwhelmed. Awesome. Thank you.
Jeff the Rhino is coming up to Hoedspruit before the end of the month. Jules, are we going?
Going.
She's coming. Okay, cool. Let's do it. We'll organize it. We'll get in the scenes in the back, and we're going to make it happen. Well, let's go visit the kids in the Rhino suit and make it happen. Kids, have a lovely afternoon. Enjoy the sunshine in Hoedspruit. Behave yourself, and send much love to everyone there for us. And we will continue to fight for you down here.
Thank you.
Join Jeff this June as we venture to the Timbavati in an effort to save the Rhino. Stats show, on average, every 22 hours, a rhino loses its life to poaching in South Africa. It's a story we've heard time and time again, Being on the ground recently, it really hit home that we have to try and do something to help. June is the month where Jeff the Rhino is born, a figure of strength, purpose, survival, and vulnerability. Take part in our brand new June programs or select one that is best for you. Either way, you stand a chance to win prizes to the value of 500,000 Rand. By sticking to our plan and looking after ourselves, we are going to be raising awareness for what's happening in the Timbavati, raising funds to improve the safety of the Rhino, and make a statement that the Jeff community does not just simply stand by. We rally together to try and make a difference.